bomb, bomb, bomb.
Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the it is?
Aries and Andy. Jew and the Jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut cocaine. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Fuck being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this. Before you was sucking on your mama's tit.
Aries Spears don't give a
We talk about race a lot, racism.
sexism.
Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, clip loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
Can I do the bomb, bomb, bomb again?
You just did. Real quick, before we get started, to my man Hoffa, who hit me up on Instagram, like practically pissed because I haven't been reading his emails. Relax. We gonna get to it, man. Eventually. There's so much we're sifting through. We gonna get you, man. We know you've been with us for almost the beginning, I guess, and you support and you're very loyal, and your loyalty will not go unrewarded. But you know, fall back.
There's a lot of irons in the fire right now.
Yeah, man. In the fire. Dun-dun-dun-dun in the wall.
We got a lot going.
And this is the first time, Andy mentioned this is the first time we're in a comedy club in a minute. Everything's been theaters, one-nighters, Europe. So this is the first time we've been somewhere where it's like we get to breathe a little bit, get to sit down.
Yeah, it's been, seriously, it has been just like you move.
Move, baby, in and out.
You go to sleep after the show, you wake up in the morning, you get on a plane, you get to the next place, you do what you have to do, and then you're at the show again.
And then you're on a train, and then you're flying across the country, across the world, and you know, it's been bananas, man.
Bananas.
You know what I mean?
Like
Shit is moving for your man here. So,
But all that being said, we had a chance to relax in Seattle.
yeah, man.
A very relaxed.
I don't know.
Non-relaxed.
I don't know if relaxed is the word.
The image relaxed, but they're not relaxed.
You know, I think comedy has a difficult time here because once upon a time ago, the very first time I ever performed in Seattle was at a club called Giggles. They changed it. That's no longer here. Then we performed at the place. What was it called? The Pearl.
Palladium.
Whatever it was called. It was another place. That folded. And this place is kind of new, Emerald City. But the culture out here, man. Listen, man, this is a very liberal. There's a part of this country, and we say Portland, but not Portland. Which one is it? Like where the Trailblazers play.
Portland, Oregon.
Not Portland, Oregon in terms of the comedy culture. That place is chef's kiss. But just the city, the vibe, the energy, Eugene, Oregon, Spokane, Tacoma, Seattle. This part of the West Coast is a very liberal, with purple hair, several nose rings. Yay, transgenders. It's a very, I don't know, man. And these niggas as sensitive as a.
It's a very welcoming community to anything socially that you want to be. But in Seattle specifically, it affects their comedy. They don't want anything. They don't understand comedy needs. It doesn't need it. They can do the comedy that they do out here. There is comedy for this place. But comedy in general has to have a little angst to it, and they don't appreciate the angst.
Yeah, and you know, not that you can't crack them, because by the time my show is over, I've cracked them, but it takes a minute.
But see, I don't think you're cracking them. I think you're cracking your audience that came to see you, that bought tickets to see Aries Spears, and it takes you a while even to get them to get on that bridge and cross over this anxiety of wokeness.
Oh man!
And then because there's people in the crowd still at the end of the shows that are like, they're rating it by like how many that they had, because they laugh like this. Oh, I can't laugh at that.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a weird energy, dude. It's a weird. energy. And I could tell on that first show yesterday, which, like always, the first show was predominantly white. I knew it was going to be tight. And then you went up and you said the first thing you said, and it didn't really get what it normally got. And I just went, oh.
Normally, it didn't get anything.
Yeah, it just, these.
Listen, not only that, and listen, I'm not going to knock the club because I like the club. I like it. I actually do like the club. I like the people that are there. But our guy has to let someone else do the sound.
Oh, it just,
He has to give that job to somebody. He has to delegate some responsibilities.
Listen, there's a couple boxes that need to be checked. They need people to work the room. They got nobody in terms of crowd control. Like if I'm to try to run up on stage, the security is nil.
Yeah.
They seem like mostly outside.
What, the security?
Yeah.
And do you see them? Andy's tougher than them.
Well, I'm pretty tough.
I believe it. I believe it.
But and then the servers yelling, auctioning off food from one side of the aisle to
you
the
say
other.
you want what you want with that?
That was the funniest part of the joke in one of my sets because I was just like, what the. And I go, so sometimes you have. I said, this is what I really did enjoy, and this was a shot. I took a shot, and I hope you heard it. I hope the guy who does the sound heard it. I go, sometimes you go to comedy clubs that serve food, and other times you go to restaurants that have comedy.
Yeah.
And this was acting like a restaurant that had comedy.
Listen, that cute black girl with the curly hair, she was so sweet about it. I just said, sweetie, do me a favor. When you get up in the front, kneel down, and then the volume, talk, whisper. Because all of them stand straight up. Which again, I think I swear to God, I think I'm gonna put it in my contract. Bring the checks when the show's over. I can't.
They did do it. They did do it here the whole time. When
Yeah,
the
they've
check-
been doing
yes.
it. Here they've been doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. It's not the checks. It's just their service. No one's ever told them
But
to.
lean down. Like when they stand straight up like that, it just annoys me.
And you talk in the volume that you want your guests to talk in.
Yeah.
They talk. And they talk like this, so the people answer them back like this when you have to talk like this. And I know it's hard. You're in a comedy club. But that's what makes the serving job in a comedy club hard. It is.
Yeah.
It's a difficult job. I'm not saying it's not. I did it.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, somebody's on stage trying to, and you're interrupt. There was a point where I stopped the audience because the whole audience could hear it even over everything. I just go like this. I shook my hands, and everybody just stood there, and we just listened to her keep auction. And she had no idea why that moment was happening, and everybody's laughing, and she doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
So they have a few tweaks to make, and maybe it doesn't make a difference. Maybe in this atmosphere, again, everything's cool, man. Just everything's good, man. Don't.
Dude, last night, and I really thought because of that second show, and again, I know I'm saying the same thing, but usually the first show's predominantly white, second show's more, hip hop, more me. And I just, for some reason, felt like I knew I was going to get what I was going to get. And I'm telling you, on that transgender, there were moments where I wasn't getting what I normally got, and it almost broke my concentration to where I was going to up the joke.
And then
it was throwing it felt like I was throwing my time in.
But that joke also set up the room for the next 15 minutes where they were very confused and didn't know how to deal with the room. And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes even your crowd, the people that came to see Aries Spears and know Aries Spears just because they are so entrenched in that culture that's here, they couldn't break out of that mold.
I walked two last night. When Mark, I said, look at the two angry right there. And the one blonde was just seething looking at me. And then eventually they stayed a little bit. And what kills me is they stayed, but you don't even stay long enough to see if you can get past it. Because what happens is they stayed and then they started laughing at some things. But again, I guess they were so turned off, they just went, nah. But it's like, you just chill and get past the initial blow. You'll see that you're laughing anyway. You're going, this guy is funny, but you're so stuck on the butt.
Yeah, because you can't, unless they can like you 100%, they can't like you at all.
Oh, God.
So that's out here though,
Yeah.
and there's fun moments in this. There's fun moments to take away. There's fun things that I did that I haven't done in other places and said that I really enjoyed. But it's almost like comedy is like held a little bit hostage here. You can't go as far as you want to if you think you have to. You can't think about it. You just have to do it and live with the consequences. That's it. That's how
I just knew there was 2 black homosexuals last night on that second show because I saw them come in, and this one had on a backpack with a tiny dog in it, like a miniature schnauzer. I don't know how you say the dog name, but him and his boy, and I just knew this was homosexual. So when I tried to with him, he got mad at the implication that I thought he was gay, and that nigga said, "Hey man, I'm from Chicago," and then I saw the come out. I said, "Don't try to sell me tough. You got a backpack with a dog in it." And I said, "Could you imagine this robbing somebody? Give me all your money. Easy, Pepper, easy. I want the rings, the watches, and chains. Give me everything, nigga. Now, girl, come on, girl." Like it just was like, nigga, don't sell tough to me.
That hit too. That was
Oh,
really,
yeah.
that was really, and he got it too. He laughed, and he was cool at the end of the show.
Yeah,
he came
yeah,
up
yeah.
and he was at the end of the show. I'm telling you, it just takes a minute.
But that's the kind of culture I mean.
Yeah.
I'm of a dog with a. I've never seen that.
No, that's the thing where you have to break through. And then the other show that when we were saying when you said to me, no black folks wear North Face, and this is one of the places black folks wear.
And I got a lot of kickback on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just never knew.
Naughty by Nature on one of their albums, I think they're wearing North Face.
Yeah, I'm just all right.
I like to wear blackface.
Ba-dum-bum. Dude, before we get to the meat and potatoes, tell me about the hotel.
Oh yeah, this is another.
Andy said he almost got kicked out of this hotel.
I did. I got kicked out. Like I was. The lady kept coming over to my room to clean it, so I said I'll be done in 1 minute, and then she wouldn't come back, and then she came over last time, and she goes, "Hey." She said, "Are you ready? Like ready?" And I go, "Yeah." I go, "I'm stepping out right now." And then I left, and she wasn't there again. I go, "She's not ever going to clean this room when I'm out."
Right.
So I went downstairs. And then so I go, "Okay, well, whatever." And I went to go back in my room because I want to watch the basketball game. The Suns are playing right now, and I want to see the game. It looked good while I was still there, but when I went downstairs, I tried to get back in the room. My key didn't work. So I go downstairs and I go, "Hey, my key doesn't work." And she goes, "Oh, that's because we checked you out at 12 o'clock because you were supposed to be out of here." I go,
said that?
The lady at the desk, and I go,
But what gave her that idea?
"Well, I'll tell you." She goes, I go, "No," and she goes, "Yeah, no, you were." And I go, "No." I go, "Do you have Aries Spears here?" And I said, because my reservation is with his reservation, and I go, and Mark Silverstein. She goes, she goes, "Aries, what's his name? Spears?" So I had to spell it for her. Spell it. She goes, and then Aries. She goes, "Yeah, he's here till tomorrow." And I go, "Okay." And then Mark, and then she goes, "I can't find that one." I go, "He's in room 602." So she looks up 602. Mark. She goes, "Yeah, he's here." And I go, "Those were all made by the comedy club." I go, "They should have all been made for the same date." Well, someone must have made a mistake over there because they have you checked out here. And I said, "Well, what's more likely, that someone miskeyed something, or that someone made a mistake and had me checking out a day earlier?" I go, "Because there's 3 reservations, all for the same weekend, all for the same. This should be the same. So what's more likely?" She goes, "Well, I don't know. But I have to have you checked out." So she goes, "I can extend your stay, but I'll need you to. I can't get a hold of anybody, so you'll have to pay for the room, and then you'll have to put down another thing for the card." And or we can try to get a hold of someone, and then whatever she was saying to me, it was this whole thing. And and I go, and I just looked at her, and I go, "No, I don't think so." And she goes, "What?" And I go, "No, I don't think so." And then the other guy goes, "Well, this could have happened because this and this." And I go, "Sir," I go, that's not what happened. I go, "This has nothing to do with what you're talking about." And I just went like that.
Shoot him away?
Go back to your screen. Because he wasn't offering anything. They were just offering excuses. I didn't need an excuse. We just needed to figure this out. Because obviously, I'm here till the next day.
Yeah.
And so she said something else again, and she goes back over it, and she says, "Well, I'm going to need a card. I can get you back in your room, but I'll need a card, just for the security deposit. I'll have to put that down." I go, "Okay." She goes, "Well, can you give it to me?" And I go, "Yeah, as soon as I can get back into my room, because all my stuff's in the room." And then finally, the manager's standing there the whole time. He goes, "Well, maybe I can help." And I wanted to go, "Well, I don't think so, or you would have came over here already."
Right.
So he comes over and he goes, "Well, this is this." And then, "Well, we'll get you in." And he said, because he goes, "We already have you checked out. So we're going to need this and this." And I go, "You already have me checked out." I go, "That's illegal, because you have my stuff in the room and I can't get to it." He goes, well, we don't have to go there. I go, well, let's not go there then. Let's get me into my room. He goes, yeah, we'll get you up into your room, and we'll take care of this. And he goes, and I'm just going to need a card. And I'll call. And he goes, but there's not going to be anybody there. They ran me around the whole time. I was down there for half an hour as they tried to figure out what they were going to do with me. And finally, I go back up to the room. I get my stuff, and I walk back downstairs. And he goes, okay, all I'm going to need is the card. And I go, no, I decided I'm not going to do that. And he goes,
I love white defiance.
He goes, why aren't you going to do that? And I go, I gave you a card already. You have the access to the card so that you could charge me if there's anything that comes from the restaurant or any of your little goodies here in the snack bar. I said, so you have access to the card. And if I give you a card again, that's another $100 that you're going to have on hold of my money for another, 5 days. And I go, so I don't need to do that. You already have the ability to do that. I'm not going to do that. He goes, well, sir. He goes, I'll honor it this time. But if this ever happens again, I go, if this ever happens again, I'm at the wrong hotel, don't you think?
What did he say?
He goes, well, sir. And then he gets kind of like where he wants to be mad at me, but I'm not saying anything that's wrong.
Right.
But I'm being very factual about it. I'm not the wrong hotel. If this is the way it operates, I'm at the wrong place. And I said, and I wanted to say this to you, and I mean this just constructively. She keeps blaming the comedy club. She keeps telling me someone at the comedy club must have made a mistake. I go, it's more likely that if there's 3 reservations, you guys probably made the mistake, but I'm not blaming you, and I never said that to her. But she needs, if that's the people that you work with, and they're a corporate account, she has to stop blaming them. She has to just say, there's a mistake, and we're going to fix this. We'll figure it out. But you keep blaming them. I go, why would they do business with someone who's going to blame them all the time? And he goes, no. He goes, she was just trying to do with what's in her purview to be able to handle. I go, I know, but she never has to blame the place. I go, you know that. Come on. And he goes, I'll talk to her. He doesn't care. No one gives a shit about anything in this place, actually.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care. I just didn't want to. And then I get back up, and the game was even when I left. And I came back, and we're getting blown out by OKC by about 22 points. And I'm like, this is the hotel's fault.
Holy. All right, I'm glad it worked out.
Jimmy's is delicious.
Jimmy's is a good restaurant.
The restaurant is. Okay, so before, again, we get to the meat and potatoes, we have to address this because everybody was hitting me up on Instagram. It was like, yo, your boy Andy, what's up with your man? Trump is God. Defend it.
I can't defend that.
Okay.
What am I going to say?
No, just,
But I'll defend it a little bit. You want me to defend it a little bit?
That a boy.
No, I really don't. I can't defend it. It's ridiculous. It's another one of those things. It was like with the Obama thing where you have to take, when you up, say you up. Just say you up.
So he thought he was a doctor.
Bullshit. There's angels in heaven behind him. I mean, if he thinks he's a doctor, this is what I would say to Trump, dude. If you're gonna come up with a lie, and it's going to make you look stupider than the actual truth, tell the truth. It made you look dumb.
In his mind, there's no such thing as Trump looks dumb.
It made him look dumb. He said doctor. Someone else said it was a joke. Now, I will say this, though, because Obama's your favorite. He's been on magazines as Jesus. He's been on one of the ads that they ran as Jesus. But wait. I'm not finished with this.
Oh, okay.
And all this is true because I saw all these other people come out and saying, Obama did that too. Obama. No, this is the difference. Obama didn't do it.
Nah, let me say this. Let me take it from here. Because this was one of my points. Because people hit me with the same shit. They even sent me the cover of Newsweek where it said the second coming.
Yeah, and it has a little halo about it.
And I made a post and I said, just when you think these Trump supporters can't get dumber, I got to tell this to you. You really thought Obama did that?
No, Newsweek did it.
He can't control what the company does with its product. They did that. Obama himself didn't do it. And everybody kept going, see, where was the outrage when this happened? You stupid... I should have Mark play the music. You stupid...
Yeah, Trump did this to himself. Now, there's some things with the Democratic Party that released an Obama with a Jesus-like image where you could say he could have said... Don't
do
use
that.
He could have but maybe they didn't even give him the opportunity. I don't know that. But what we do know for sure, 100%, is this was on his Truth Social, and he allowed that to happen. And somebody said he posted it too. I think everybody in his administration just walked away from that because He did it, and then he took it down. He took it down. And it's the first time he's ever taken anything down. Apparently, that's what I heard.
And listen, when Megyn Kelly turned on you, and she was in his ass about the whole tweet about the Middle East and whatever he said about that. I didn't even see her get on him about the God thing. She ripped him a new ass about the tweet about Saudi Arabia. And I just was like, God damn, you got Megyn Kelly mad at you?
No, and this is the thing for MAGA people. And I know people because
and Carlson Tucker.
But because I defend hypocrisy, you think I'm a MAGA, and I'm not. But what I will say to the MAGA people is, if you really want to look like you care about this country, when your president makes a mistake, and it's your president, it's all of our presidents, but when he makes a mistake and he does something wrong, you got to call him out for it, because that's how he gets better.
But they don't do that.
That's how he gets better. You make it so that he is indestructible. He can do whatever. No, you have to call him out when he makes a mistake. I call out the hypocrisy. Call out the mistakes. This is a mistake.
You know who that is?
Darth Vader.
That's Lord Vader. That's who Trump is, man. He is Lord Vader.
You have to call him out, man. And this was, and then he did take it down. I think that's the biggest omission that he's ever made when he took down his own post.
Listen, the funny moment, and God bless Jon Stewart. There was a clip, I don't know if you saw it, where they showed a picture of Trump with his hand on the head of the person, and John went, because John was like, "That's me." It looked like John.
Looks like Jon Stewart.
Yeah, so John was, am I okay? And then he would turn his head and...
It really looked like when he turned his head.
Yeah, turn his head and put his hand. And it was hilarious. That was a great moment.
Yeah. There's no defense. What are you going to defend? And I think I think he only took it down because I think a lot of spiritual people that are around him, like that are...
Well, didn't he on the Pope?
He on the Pope because the Pope...
Yeah, so he don't give a about nothing.
The Pope doesn't own the Catholics. He owns. Not everybody is a Pope person either.
Listen, take your pick. You could choose Lord Vader or Tony Montana. Hey, who the you think you're talking to? That's Trump. Hey, take it easy when you talk to me. When a reporter gets too stern, that is Trump, nigga. He don't give a man.
No. He doesn't, and he doesn't believe in ever admitting that he's wrong. I think, though, was it Eisenhower said that? I said this before, the buck stops here, man. You got to take responsibility. In Washington, rolls uphill.
Listen, man, I said to the basketball gods to please deliver us Vernon Maxwell. And we got Vernon Maxwell. We're gonna get Vernon. I got his number in my phone. When he's getting to LA on Monday, I'm gonna hook up with him and his boy. We're gonna make this happen. To the political gods, for the love of comedy and just entertainment, please, I'm begging you, make it so that Trump can run for a third term.
He can't.
No. I'm praying to the gods. God can do anything. So that Obama can run too. That would be the heavyweight fight of all fights. Two contrasting styles.
I don't think
good versus evil.
I don't think Obama wants to run.
This would have WWF written all over it.
But this is real. This is a WWF, which is make believe.
That we're living in make believe.
Dude,
Trump, we're living in make believe.
I don't think Obama wants to run again. The last thing we need is a Trump running it again.
I'm telling you, this is why I'm praying. This is the power of prayer.
It helps us none.
Lord, what Andy talking about?
You want the wrong thing.
Lord, what Andy talking about? Listen to me, please. The debates alone between that who don't give a and the most eloquent orator we have ever seen. That has WWF written all over it.
See, and you have just expressed what's wrong with this country right now. 100% you just expressed it. And it's my sadness that people feel like you do. And for real.
Your sadness.
No. It is because you're not rooting for our country to find the best person to come out and navigate us through this till we have a better country. No, you want some imaginary fight that doesn't need to take place.
I want some Vince McMahon epic. I want Trump in one corner, Obama in the other. Ding, ding.
And what does that get you, though?
It'll make me entertain like a
Entertained,
motherfucker.
but don't you want to leave your kids a better place than
I'm gonna do that
have?
anyway. They're gonna have that. I'm gonna do that anyway. That give me the spectacle.
How are you gonna? You're not doing it. You don't have the ability to do it.
I have the ability to do what?
To make their world a better place.
Why not?
Their world.
Their world is what I give them.
No, they're affected by other things besides you.
I want the spectacle.
That's it, and that's what people want. They want the spectacle. They love the fight.
And if you think that if Trump went up against Obama and Obama won, which I think he would, you don't see us being steered in a good direction?
No.
Oh, I'm done with you.
No, I don't. I think our country's too divided. We need someone to bring it all together.
And you don't think he's the guy to do it?
No.
Who else?
I don't know.
Newsom?
No.
Kamala Harris?
No.
Who's a better candidate than Obama?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
But we have to have someone that wants the job and wants to move forward.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Because he did such a bad job his 8 years in?
I didn't say that.
So then what's the problem?
He's old.
What that got to do with nothing?
Let's bring Mark in for this one.
He's not old.
He's not old.
What, is he like 60?
And you telling me
he's 60? No.
And he's not mentally capable? He's the smartest guy in the room.
Mark, you're 34.
What difference does it make about his age?
Mark, what do people want? What does your group want in politics
He's
right
64.
now? What does your group and people want in politics right now?
Free healthcare.
What do they want though? From a candidate, what are they looking for?
Are you going to say age?
Someone who represents their interest in their space.
This is backfiring on you.
No.
You're using Mark and he don't even know what the you're talking about.
Well, it's Mark.
I think 64 is young enough.
You think 64 is young enough?
So you think that if he was 68, the man is so intelligent and on his what are you talking about?
He's never even said he wants to run again.
I'm just okay, Andy, don't up my fantasy. It's why I'm praying, dude. When someone is in prayer, you don't slap their hands apart. You give them that moment.
Would you settle for Stephen A. Smith?
Hell no.
Do you like him?
That bust windshield forehead ass. No. No.
I don't think he wants to run.
Russia wants to do what? That's blasphemous.
I would like a reset in our politics. I would like to see somebody.
Obama is the best dude out there.
I would like to see someone who could bring our country politically and our citizenry together. That's what I would like to see. It hasn't happened in a while.
That would be huge.
But it wouldn't. But would it be beneficial?
To see Trump try with all that toddler-like energy to rip Obama apart, and Obama deflects it with nothing but class, elegance, poise, a verbiage that's articulate.
You saw it already.
No, but they never went head to head.
Yeah, they kind of did at the correspondence dinner.
When
Obama
made, right, he made jokes and Trump didn't respond. That's not the same thing as an actual debate where it's him versus him.
Oh.
Mano y mano.
Then just have debates, man, because Trump would just have to go home with a sad little lunch pail.
You'd think that. But again, this is a who will tell you to suck his dick.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference. He doesn't speak in grammatically correct sentences, Trump. Obama does. Obama would say things. Obama could be wrong and say things, and it's going to go, I believe that because it sounded correct. The other one is going to go, a beautiful bastard. I don't know what any of that's going to be. Have debates. I would love to see. They should debate each other on politics, Democrat, Republican politics, or MAGA versus Democratic liberalism. I don't know how you'd want to frame it, but I would love to see those debates.
This Friday night, oh yeah, it's going down. Donald J. Trump versus Obama. Yeah. It's gonna be magic. Got a toddler with an attitude versus the smartest in the room. If somebody asked me, Macho, do you think Obama can beat Trump? I'd say, do the knowledge, nigga. Speaking of wrestling, coming this Wednesday, I think it's a series. I don't know how many parts, Hulk Hogan documentary on Netflix, which next weekend, you'll be listening to this coming weekend, we'll be in Montclair, New Jersey on Friday, and in Staten Island
On Saturday.
on Saturday. So watch that doc, because we will be talking about Hulkster, baby, Hulk Hogan. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. I used to do a good Hulk Hogan.
Is it all being released at one time, that series?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
it all comes out Wednesday.
Because if it isn't all coming out, we're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, and I think it's maybe 3 parts, maybe.
Are we going to be able to have it all done by
Yeah.
Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it comes out Wednesday, you can watch it Wednesday, Thursday, and then talk about it Friday or Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. All right. So we watched this documentary. Now let's switch to basketball. They're playing basketball. Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. Something up and down the court. That was an 80s thing when rap. You had to go,
Cheech and Chong had a basketball Jones.
Did they?
Basketball Jones. He's Basketball Jones. Yeah, just like that.
Sing again.
No, that's how he sang it, though.
Okay.
That is, it's that high.
Oh, okay. We watched this thing called the Jailblazers, about the Portland Trailblazers. And the last time they won the only time they won a championship was in 1977 when Bill Walton played.
It's a while ago.
The game was different when I played. All the athletes and the players would respect the game. Didn't show up with long jerseys and diamonds and jewels, looking like rich slaves. We all wore suits. Can you imagine that woman? God, I'd love to eat your with
He didn't wear suits, though.
with my 2 beaver front teeth. I'd literally dig out your labia.
He was one of the people that stopped wearing suits, though. He wore T-shirts.
Yeah, because he was a hippie, right?
Yeah, he wore Grateful Dead T-shirts. And
I wore Grateful Dead T-shirts and I smoked marijuana. My teeth were so big that I could literally inhale a whole joint in one, and the Jamaicans would get mad at me and say, "Who's this body boy?"
Did you ever really try to do him?
Nah.
It's good, though.
Not bad, right?
No, it's really good.
I dig out a woman's labia with my teeth.
It's so funny, but up.
And she'd go, "What's that pink stuff on your teeth?" I go, "That's your baby afterbirth cartilage."
You should get checked. There's something wrong with you.
Oh, shit. Oh. Dude, I'm telling you, that laugh makes me laugh.
You go to the doctor and he goes, and you talk to him in that voice. He
Yeah.
goes, "What's wrong with you?" And you're just like,
I don't know, Doc. There's something that's internally wrong with me. Maybe if you put a stethoscope inside my anal cavity, you can tell me about a candy bar that I had when I was 7. Oh, God.
that is so ridiculous.
All right.
I like how Mark is not moved by that at all. Like
That was amazing. That was great.
Do you know who Bill Walton is?
Oh, I thought you were doing Phil Jackson.
Oh, that's
It's close. It's close. It's close.
No, Phil is more.
No, the voice is different, but the idea is kind of close.
Yeah. I remember the first time I did that. I think one joke I said something about, my 2 front teeth look like giant mansion doors. If you wanted to talk to me, you just have to knock on one of the teeth, and I'd open up and go, "Hello." That nigga do got some big. It's almost like when people, cartoon artists, do those caricatures.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, his teeth would be like that,
Dude, but he was
hanging out of his mouth.
and yes, it's all true. But he was such a cool dude, man.
He was a cool dude. And the unfortunate part about him is injuries.
Yeah.
Because he really was one of the dominant centers. That when you talk about dominant centers, of course, the names Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar, Bill Russell, of course, Hakeem, Shaq, Ewing. But if he wasn't injured and he didn't get up, I think he would be mentioned in those names more. Because when he was with the Celtics, and that 1 year he was with the Celtics, it may have been 2. And I remember when I watched that doc, Best of Enemies. Best of Enemies, was it? Yeah, Best of Enemies. And he was talking about how they had the best year they had when he was healthy, that 1 year with the Celtics. And he was like, I was just in the weight room every day just thinking, Jabbar. And he really wanted to go up against Jabbar, but that was the year the Lakers lost to the Houston Rockets, and they didn't get a chance to play the Lakers.
Well, you know, that's his career because he came to UCLA after Kareem left.
Yeah.
So there you are. You're a great college player, and the whole time is Kareem is sitting on your neck basically the whole time because you can't beat you're not beating his records. You're not taking his records down. You're not going. Wasn't there a streak where Kareem didn't lose a game?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he that's what he's up against. And so, of course, you want to play that guy. You want to get that.
You know, the 1 year I was in Boston, when I talk about my teeth being mansion doors, I remember there was a resident living in my mouth. And when you knocked on the door, it opened, and the resident said, "It's Bobby Patterson, kid." Bobby Patterson was living in my mouth. All right.
Can't beat the rent.
Can't beat the rent, you know. Whenever I never had a racist bone in my body because I was a hippie. But when Bobby was living there, if a black person came in my peripheral, he would open my tooth, stick his head out, and go, and then hide.
Dude, if someone doesn't draw that.
Right. Niggas. Did you call me a Bill Walton? It wasn't me. It was Bobby Patterson. All right. And I wrote in my note, maybe do a Bill Walton impression.
I'm glad you put that in your notes.
Yeah. Listen, man, I know this is a different Portland team, but that year, and I forget what year it was, the Blazers took the Lakers. The Blazers took the Lakers, which was Phil's first year as coach, to a Game 7 in L.A., up damn near 15 points, heading into the fourth quarter with minutes to go, and they just blew it. Remember, that's the one when Kobe throws that alley-oop to Shaq, and he dunks it.
And Scottie Pippen's in the back beating the shit out of the hallway.
Yeah. And you know, this is my question to you. And again, people go, Michael wasn't shit without Scottie. Michael needed Scottie. Again, that's such a moot point. You can't win alone. Every superstar needs a tandem. But my question is this: for how great Scottie Pippen is supposed to be, you put Michael Jordan on that same Blazers team, same circumstances. They blow that game?
Not with 2 minutes left.
And they were up like 12, or they were up by double digits. And they just went cold for like, I think Rashid said, 12 straight shots. Michael Jordan on that team, they blow that?
It's that mentality factor. But I'm not saying it to disparage Scottie Pippen in any way. I'm just saying there's take Michael Jordan out, flip it. Let put Kobe on that team. Against Kobe.
A killer. Another
against
killer.
Kobe. But against Kobe. Put Kobe against Kobe.
Put number 8 against number 24.
And with that lead going into the end.
No.
You don't lose it.
No. And this is where you sometimes, listen, hands down, when Scottie was with the Bulls alongside Michael, I think he was the best all-around player at that time for that position.
Yeah.
But then you got to question his leadership skills, because it starts when he didn't want to go in the game because he got mad that Phil picked Tony Kukoc to hit the game winner over him, which is a leadership thing. And then on top of that, he was with Charles Barkley and Hakeem Olajuwon in Houston. Did he win a championship? No. He was with that stacked Portland team. Did he win a championship? No. So some of this is on Scottie, man.
Well, you can say that somebody's on Scottie. There's 4 other people on the floor, plus people coming in and out of the game.
You're alongside one of the greatest centers of all time, and Barkley? Somebody
should have figured out a way to make that work. But here, I got to ask you this question, because this is the part where, everybody's going to say, oh, you guys are just Jordan fanatics. Jordan when he was on the court, his emotions were solely for basketball. His dad. Doesn't make a difference what's going on with his dad. He's going to win a championship. Doesn't make a difference what happened. How many other players could have played like that?
Well, it didn't happen during the season.
No.
It happened when he was before he, before he left to go play baseball.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it was like a 2-year. Well, if you count the year he came back but didn't win it was like 3 years later he wins it.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same thing.
I'm just saying there is this mentality that someone like Jordan has that I don't think he gave a shit about anything other than winning that game. That's a mentality that very few people can have.
I don't know. It'd be different if it was like, 3 seconds on the clock. It's for the game winner. And somebody just went to the court and said, Mike, your dad was murdered. Give me the ball.
Let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you the question. He hears his dad was killed. I hate to say it this way because this is horrible.
Right.
But let's put it in that perspective. He heard his dad. You don't think he goes in and finishes the game? Or do you think he leaves at that moment?
At that exact moment?
Yeah. At that exact moment. Does he finish the game?
You know what's crazy? The logical thing to say is no, he leaves the game. But with Jordan, you don't know.
That's all I'm saying. There is no room for anything else but to win.
Jordan, your dad died. He hits the game winner. Yes.
I'm out of here.
Right.
I don't think that there's another way to look at him. When you see him, he goes, that's the way I play the game. If you don't like the way I play the game.
Listen, I don't have to do this. But I'm only doing this because it's who I am. It's how I play the game. You don't want to play that way? Don't play that way. Right?
I don't think that he has a mental option. Yeah. Some people don't come with a button that allows you to stop.
Right. They talked about Damon Stoudemire was a Portland hometown hero. And one of the things they mentioned as they talk about this doc is, look, this is Portland. As a black man drafted to Portland, what is it to do? Like, and I've jokingly said, it's home with a bare, naked feet, white women, and playing ukulele in the park. There's no soul in Portland. Unless you got a black chick from back home that you bring with you, having a white woman in Portland is mandatory.
Dude, he grew up in Portland, though. Mm-hmm. That's his town. So
Yeah.
this to him, that is Portland.
To him.
Yeah.
But to anybody drafted here, especially if you come from a Detroit or Chicago, where there's soul and niggas and energy and black folk, nigga, you've seen Portland.
Yeah.
It's very...
Ukulele.
Ukulele in the park, nigga. White women bare feet and naked, walking around with purple hair.
Yeah, but there is black culture there now. Now.
I couldn't even find Tim's.
We did look pretty hard
Come
for them
on,
too.
man.
But see, this is the difference though. Your culture, like when we said North Face, black folks don't wear North Face. That was your idea because
I was wrong.
Yeah, because no, you're not wrong. You're wrong in this sense. You're very New York centric. Well, you believe this is New York. This is a New Yorker's mental capacity. If it happens in New York, it happens everywhere. And if it's not happening in New York, it's not happening anywhere.
That you goddamn right, nigga. We the center of the universe.
And so that's how you see black culture from a New York perspective. That's why when you hear Andre 3000, you're like, nah. That's why when you hear Ice Cube, you're like, nah. Because you are so New York centric. You have to, I don't have a problem with what you say, but you have to come to terms with it. It's a New York attitude, and that's how you see it, and that's it. But you got to get people who live in L.A., who grew up in L.A. listening to hip-hop, that's their music. South, that's their music. They don't see it, and their culture is different than New York culture.
I'm a city boy. How much it costs to turn one of them nigga pies into regular pies? What she say? How much it costs to turn one of them nigga only pies into regular pies? If I turn you into pie. Yeah, I mean, listen, to be fair, I like Tupac, West Coast. I like Snoop, very first album. That Doggy Style was classic. After that,
but he changed the cadence for everyone when Snoop came out. You're talking about a game changer. You can't go, I liked it.
Cuz. We always been like that, cuz. In that core. I homie. Yeah.
But you're New York centric, and when you embrace that, and then you feed that to other people, that's all you have to say. Is I'm New York through and through, deep down from my Timbs to the top of my Yankee fitted, and that's it. That's who you are.
You know, one time I was in Los Angeles and we were playing the Lakers, and I remember when I left the arena, I couldn't find my car, and someone else was living in my mouth, and I knocked on my own tooth, and he opened it and said, "Where's your cork, cuz?"
The fact that you said I knocked on my own tooth, you really put that all together.
Oh, goodness. Mark, can you please get me a towel, please? Because I got my hoodie on and my New York hat, and I'm starting to bake.
It's all wool.
You like Portland, though? Could you see yourself living there?
No, but I like Portland. Like, I could see myself spending time there. I just don't think that I could live there indefinitely.
You know, I've always said, and I'll put Seattle in the same boat, but probably I'm more towards Portland. Not living here, but if I had the kind of dough where it was like, you know what, I want a 5th place, I could see this as a getaway to just like, if you just want to get away to something totally different from what you're used to. Like, and I, you know, Portland, Seattle, this is a very rainy place. It rains a lot. And I said, there's nothing sexier than if I had a nice crib somewhere in the woods so that when I want to get away and it's rainy and gray and damp, I'm just in my crib, so nice, and got the fireplace on, and you know what I mean? I my snow bunny, and it just, you feel me? Like, to get away.
I'm going to give you some cities. And you put it in order.
Mm-hmm.
Spokane.
Last.
Portland. Let me give it to you. Portland.
I just don't want to forget.
Tacoma. Seattle, where we are right now, and Eugene. What's your order?
Oh, Portland first.
Portland first. I agree.
Seattle second. No. You know, that area where we played at that comedy club that we said was closed down?
Yeah, but that's Bellevue.
That was awesome.
That's Bellevue.
That's not Seattle.
No. And here's the other thing, though, and let's be fair. We have to say this on this. We're staying in Emerald City Comedy Club is where we're at this weekend, and it's in Capital City. Or Capitol Hill. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah. Capitol Hill, and Capitol Hill is one of the most liberal, woke places. So we're out of place here. Come on, let's just be honest. Yeah. It's not our scene. This is not our. But I love the energy. I love the people who walk. I love how happy. Like, I don't want to use the word happy because that's not the right word. I love how open all people are. But there is a lot of judgment going on too at the same time. Yeah. So
on both ends.
Yeah. So. That's where we are right now. So when I say that about Seattle, I'm not giving Seattle its due because the city itself is a lot bigger than just where we are.
Well, Seattle second. Then what was it? Spokane, Tacoma, and
Eugene, Tacoma, and what else did I say?
I'm trying to Spokane, which is the one where we go eat
The Spokane is the one that has the little bar you can go through, basically, and you're at the little bar that has the games. And
Spokane third. I'm not a big fan of Tacoma, dude. Other than when we go to this Triple D spot, and then Tacoma, man.
You know, Tacoma is. I
put Tacoma last, and then I'd say Spokane, Eugene, Tacoma.
Yeah. For comedy.
Eugene was cool.
I like Eugene.
That hotel. The chic boutique hotel. Yeah.
I like Eugene. I like the college that's right there. I like the whole thing. I'd probably go Portland, Eugene, Spokane, Seattle, Tacoma.
Like, if I have to quench my serious lust and thirst for white women, Eugene.
But Eugene, yeah.
Because there are times when I'm in Eugene and I just like, man, I have to shit out some of these strawberry feet. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I all that being said, I like the places, but comedy-wise, Seattle was the one that I liked the least.
I'm going to tell you who's sexy than I don't know if you feel it. The bartender. That blonde bartender here.
You know what? I didn't go to the bar.
Dude, she's sexy to them.
Just the fact
she got last night. She had on an outfit where her whole back was out, and I'm not really into nose rings and all that jewelry on your face, but there's something sexy about that.
Just the fact that you said that seems so inappropriate for Seattle.
What?
that you even find her sexy. Like you're not supposed to look at women
No,
as
but
objects.
she's got a
Yeah.
she's got a feel to her where if this were the 70s,
Her vibe. You like her vibe. Yeah.
she would let you on a bearskin rug with Coke.
Where you're allowed to feel someone's vibe, you can't think that they're sexy.
Oh, that's that feminine
Out here, yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah.
You got to watch how you say anything here.
Yeah.
You know, because I have that joke where I said, my son.
I think a feminist is the only woman you could beat to death with a basketball. I'm sorry, I'm just winging it now.
Everything here is personal. Like I have
Yeah.
that joke about True where he says it smells like suicide, which is about how terrible a fart smelled is the point of the joke. And, you know, here, this is one of the suicide capitals of the...
Is it really?
Yeah, because of
with the
depressing
the
rain.
and the gray. I'm telling you, man.
So sometimes I heard in the audience where people were like, you know,
Yeah.
because it's personal. I didn't write this thinking I'm about Seattle. I wrote this because of something that happened with me and my son. And my son actually said this.
Yeah.
So anyway, whatever.
You know, they talked about in this doc, at one point, David Stern implements the dress code.
Yeah.
And again, this is one of those where they cut to regular folk, white folk, and they talked about, they use the word thug a lot. And we in the black community feel like thug is code for...
That's my joke that I do.
Oh, okay.
That's why. That's where it was written from.
Right. Was David Stern right to do that? Implement a dress code?
I don't know. You know,
Put your business hat on.
my business hat says yes. Not because of that. Just because he was selling a brand and that image he wanted Michael Jordans.
And Magic. Though Michael came from that era where they wore suits.
He wanted Michael Jordans, people of the dress, because he was selling it. He wasn't selling the game just here. He was trying to expand it globally. And those are the faces that he was trying to show, perpetuate this like very put together business look of the NBA. And so for that reason, you know, I would say, and because you can't say, hey, just dress nice, because other people have an idea of what nice is. So
Yeah.
when he said suits, it fit what he was trying to do, a global image to take the NBA to the next level.
No more 6 XXX t-shirts and diamonds, jewelry, medallions, and
You could wear the jewelry, though, right? He didn't say you couldn't wear the jewelry. You just had to wear it with the suit.
yeah.
This is where, you know, but this is where it gets complicated, because are you doing it because you don't trust the major part of the NBA to dress nice, or is it because you really want to expose the brand in what you think as a business person is the best way possible to show the NBA?
Right.
And you work, basically, people don't understand, though, you do work for the NBA. You're part of the business model. So you kind of have an obligation to that as well. That's why they make you talk to the press afterwards.
I kind of wish they would get back to, and I don't know where this went to, you know, back in the day, coaches had to wear suits, and Pat Riley was one of the flyers. Now they all wear these tracksuits.
Yeah, because I don't know why. I did like when they
I
wore
hate
suits.
that. Put the suits back on, man. Them tracksuits look horrible.
Well, and it looked professional. Riley was on the coach walking around with his Armani looking like,
GQ'd up.
yeah, man. And during the 80s, everybody all the other coaches tried to look like Pat Riley.
Yeah.
And no one was going, you know what? The problem with the NBA is the coaches look too good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel that way.
Well, you know, let the Pistons tell it, especially John Sally, who I just spoke to the other day, too. You know, the two flyest coaches was Pat Riley and Chuck Daly.
Chuck,
He said Chuck was all about that hair, man.
his hair, but his suits, cufflinks,
Yep.
from head to toe. He was, yeah.
Were the police wrong to enter Damon Stoudemire's house?
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Just so you folks have context. There's, you know, obviously they call them the Trailblazers because these guys constantly got in trouble. Rasheed Wallace with the technical fouls and, you know, marijuana charges and you know, Ruben Patterson, domestic abuse and all this other shit. And at one point, Damon Stoudemire and I forget who else, Rasheed Wallace, are in the car and they're smoking weed. And Damon's
Smoking a joint.
And whoever's driving is going fast as and Damon is telling him, hey, man, slow this down. We got time. We ain't got to rush. And sure enough, when he keeps telling dude to slow down, whoop, whoop, the cops pull him over. So they smell the weed, blah, 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 blah. So it already set the precedent for Damon Stoudemire with marijuana issues. So cut to the police went into his house when he wasn't home.
Saying that the alarm went off.
And they found like a pound of marijuana. And of course, he got in trouble for that. But then when he went to court, it was deemed that it was an illegal entry. So it basically got dismissed. But it stuck to him. It was held against him.
You know, and Damon Stoudemire went to the U of A and never had any issues at the U of A that I know of. I never knew he had any issues. He was a nice guy. He showed up to events. He did everything he was supposed to do. Really nice person. You know, he came after the. I was already done at the U of A, but I was still there, and he just nicest guy. And I never saw him smoking weed or out there like they kind of made it seem like he was just like a dude that was high. That's what they want to make it like. So my question to you is this was there an issue, or is it that this is a small town mentality because it's Portland at the time, which is even smaller than it is now, and they moved in from into a very wealthy white neighborhood. And the white neighbors were freaked out by it. Is that what it is?
I'm going to tie it to my next point. But before I get to that point, let me say this. You know, I think there's something ass backwards about whatever you do in the privacy of your own home, it's none of your business. Now, if he's out in public smoking, blowing reefer smoke and smelling to the atmosphere and kids are around, or even if they're not kids, people that don't smoke might get offended. But I get it. But when you're at home, locked doors, shades drawn, and it's you should be allowed to do whatever the you want to do. And I almost put this in the vein of selling, because on the Lamar Odom thing, the big thing was about, you know, him going to the bunny ranch. It's your body. What you do with your personal should be your business. To tell a woman she can't sell and I can't buy it is crazy.
When that's all that's ever happened.
Exactly.
I mean,
I get your point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Indirectly, but not directly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think I said this on Vlad. If a woman can kill a baby, she should be allowed to sell some. Right? Your body, your choice.
I never put it together that way, but yeah.
If you can kill a baby, you should be able to sell some.
I'll go with that.
Come on, man. That's a T-shirt.
Just do it in red letters with the little.
If a woman could kill a baby, and on baby you have blood drippings on the word baby, and she should be able to sell some, and just have some dollars around. But to your point, you know, Damon Stoudemire says in the doc, I never believed in the race thing. You know, people black, white.
He didn't experience. He said.
Well, no, but he said I never believed in the race thing, but yet it was the race thing that they used against you.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was kind of ironic.
But was it the race thing that the people used against him or the police used against him?
Listen, man.
This is where it gets complicated.
But you
again.
just said black man, white neighborhood. And now when you're talking about a successful black man, rich, that bothers some.
Well, not only that, though, and I said it wrong because I said black man moves into a white neighborhood. He didn't move into a white neighborhood. He moved into a rich white neighborhood.
And Damon Stoudemire wasn't a tall guy.
No.
As a matter of fact, I think he had the
5'10".
Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, 5'10".
Yeah, he call him Minnie Mouse. But even if it's small black dick, that irks some white men.
There was this time when him and Khalid Reeves were on the court and they were around, you know, before a game.
Yeah.
And they were playing horse. And Damon was hitting some pretty shots from far out. And so Khalid just went up and dunked it. And gave him the ball. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't.
He couldn't dunk?
He couldn't.
Really? I think Spud Webb could dunk.
He was 5'10". He couldn't get. He might be able to, but he really couldn't.
Hey, Mark, look up the height of Spud Webb.
I think he's 5'6", or 5'8". 5'8".
And Damon is 5'10"?
5'10".
And he couldn't dunk?
He wasn't very good at dunking.
That's crazy.
5'7".
Look up.
Wow.
Look up. See, put in Damon Stoudemire dunks, and let's see if it has.
Nigga, how tall was Muggsy Bogues?
He's short too, man.
He's smaller than Spud, I think.
Some dudes just get up higher. I mean, he wasn't that. Khalid wasn't that much taller than him.
The black buck has a thigh bone. The black buck. He has a thigh bone that's when connected to the Achilles of the heel of the black heel. That when it generates enough momentum, they have a fiber that allows them to out jump the white man because the white man's bones are normal.
Well, Jimmy the Greek, you could probably be defended because they say that the twitch, because it's about the twitch.
There's a twitch muscle in the black fibers of the that allows them to.
Do they have any of him dunking?
Just a dunking compilation?
Yeah, of him.
All you would have to do, you guys make things so much more complicated than need be. Go to YouTube and go Damon Stoudemire dunking. That's all you got to do. See, this is why niggas are faster than white people. Yeah. We just
it's
fast.
Your twitch muscle.
It's the fiber. It's the black fiber on the black buck. That's a good callback. That was great timing. Yeah, he dunked.
He did? Okay.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. He just didn't do it. Maybe he just didn't feel it.
I refuse to believe that niggas can't dunk if they in the NBA.
He just maybe didn't feel like doing it that day. I don't know. It was just funny because Khalid knew that he wasn't like feeling it that day and just did it to him.
Yeah.
Because he just did it and that was it. He just walked away.
Dude, picture this if you will.
He doesn't dunk that often though. That's not his area. That's not his lane.
Picture this if you will. Imagine Dennis Rodman, Ron Artest, Rasheed Wallace, and Draymond Green all on the same team. Them is just the hooligans of the NBA.
It was called the Bad Boys.
Yeah, but Detroit. But them niggas specifically, because all of them are like, they're not finesseful players. They're the muscle. Those guys are muscle on a team, which you need.
When you watch this doc, how different is Rasheed Wallace from the person you think he is from watching him play basketball and the press?
I wrote in one of my notes, at some point you got to grow the fuck up. Why didn't Rasheed grow up, man? Grow the fuck up.
But he's happy. He's smiling. He's having a good time. He's talking about it.
But again, we talking about the brand and the business.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type. This might be a testament to how good he was. Because you could get kicked out the league for them shenanigans. But he didn't.
It was harder back then because they didn't have the same rules. Now I don't think he could play the game that he's playing. He couldn't have played that game today.
Yeah.
Because you would be suspended all the time.
When the coach was telling him about, you got to talk to the media, we're gonna get fined. And he goes, all you had to say was, and what was that thing he said? Both teams played hard. And he just, every question they asked him, both teams played hard. And they fined the team for him doing that. That's crazy.
Who's the guy? Who's the dude who did that for football?
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, that's all he said.
Yeah.
And he didn't get the team didn't get in trouble for that.
Football might be a different animal. I don't know.
A little bit different.
Yeah, Rasheed, man. But here's the crazy part. That nigga left Portland and went to Detroit and won a championship.
That next year.
So he came out on top.
Yeah.
He came out on top.
He really did.
Yeah.
But I just think that first, and going back to Portland, though, I just think I think it's that small town mentality.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know who, I'm not blaming any, I don't want to blame the media because I blame the media all the time. But it seems like in a small town, and then you have a media that like hypes up the NBA, these players are in town and living here and doing this. And because even the way they presented it, moved in and they had the nice cars in that neighborhood. And
there's always these subtle, you think you slick undertones of wanting to say these. Because I'm going to tell you something. This is why I know this. When them motherfuckers was doing all the shit they was doing, getting in trouble, all the shenanigans, and they're interviewing white fans, and the fans are saying this and that, and man, they blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Listen, I am 100% purebred black man. And I'm watching this going, these. So if I'm saying that, they're saying it.
But they're saying it because that's what was not. Can't say that way. Let me say it this way. They're being influenced by a media that's saying it to them.
Okay.
But in a way like you're saying, like in an undercover way.
Yeah.
Because no, who would get in trouble today because you smoke some weed? You get pulled over. This is the office, like, and because this is that mentality of a small town. Where's the weed? We don't have any weed. We smoked it. It was one joint. Where is it? We're going to go through the car. We're going to bring the dogs. We're going to do this. Okay, they release him. They can't find anything, and then they bring him up on charges after the next morning.
Right.
That doesn't sound like something that happens in Mayberry, like in a little. That's some small town, isn't it?
Oh, gee, Wally, Pa. I just was smoking weed with him the other day. He didn't seem like a bad guy, Pa. Son, I told you about hanging with those. Oh, gee, golly whiz, Pa. I did get some black. It was amazing, Pa. Oh, that's amazing, son.
It's just, it has to be a little bit of the small town mentality that was happening at the time.
Listen, man, I'm gonna go back to my point about how I know. Like, it pisses me off when I see those videos on social media of young black people ransacking through Target, stealing shit, and nobody's stopping them. It's embarrassing to me because that's a representation of my community. And when I see that, and I go, these, and then you read the comments, and it's white people going, the usual suspects, or the letter N meme. So that's my point. If I'm saying it, I know white folks look at that shit and go, these. Come on, man, it is what it is, man.
See, this is where I go, what's wrong with these politicians that they made a law that you can steal up to $1,000 and get away with it? What if you're poor and and they make this law that we're not even going to stop you if it's under this amount of money?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? The only thing stopping you is your conscience. And if your conscience is like, I don't have
Yeah.
and they have all this, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying why would a politician, why would the people, why would the city, why would the people that do this make these kind of laws?
When them is running out of them stores with arms full of shit, and the manager, the people of the store is like, why don't you stop them? Right there, Jimmy Griggs should show up. They got a quick twitch. They steal the stuff, then there's a quick twitch, and then they run out and you can't stop them.
You think they're going to go right, but then they go left.
They go left. It's a fiber muscle. It's a quick twitch. Oh, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's a show.
Yeah. It's called the Portland Trailblazers. And you know, somebody in the doc said, the coach said it. And speaking of the coach before we go, how much blame do you put on him? Because he kept hiring people that they said were problematic.
It wasn't the coach, it was the general manager.
The general manager.
He kept bringing in people that were problematic.
Yeah.
Well, when you give someone a second chance, here's the problem. And this is where I will say this. And this is why I didn't really like this doc, to be honest. I'll tell you.
You
the
didn't
truth.
like it?
I liked the part of the doc, but there's Scottie Pippen on the team. They're not talking about Scottie Pippen at all in this. You can bring in players that need a second chance, but you have to have some stability in that locker room as well with people that are, I don't know what the right word to say is, people that have
Cachet.
Well, yeah, and have been what are veterans, and they can hold the team accountable, hold other people accountable. And Scottie's in that room.
This goes back to a leadership thing with Scottie.
But that's why I'm asking this question. How isn't this guy, they're saying in the doc, they're looking at him and goes, you know, this guy, I grew up watching
Rasheed
him.
Wallace.
And, you know, I look at him and he's
he got 6 rings. He's been to the mountaintop.
I just saw God.
So, again, you replace Scottie with Jordan. You think Jordan's leadership don't stop them shenanigans?
Well,
like, guys, I'm reeling it in, goddammit.
But let's be fair. Jordan, if you trade for Jordan and he comes in and he starts beating the shit out of players, on the court, and then he goes into the general manager's office and go, get that dude off the court, man. He don't belong here. Trade him.
Yeah.
And the general manager's like saying, whatever. Well, we got to do this. And where's Jordan going if that general manager doesn't give him what he wants?
Oh, I think Jordan gets what he wants.
If he doesn't get it for the general manager, where does he go? He goes to the owner, and the owner is going to go to the general manager, either get it or get out.
Listen,
and Scottie doesn't have that same kind of cachet.
And that's crazy. 6 rings. You played alongside MJ, coached by Phil. That's crazy.
Or he just didn't.
Leadership.
He just didn't pick up his nuts and go into the room and say that you need to do these things.
I like that. Pick up his nuts. Let me tell you something. When Jordan was playing with the Wizards, Doug Collins tells the famous story. At one point, one of the players was kind of like low-key disrespecting him. And he said, Jordan went, hey, we don't talk to our coach that way. Leadership. Scotty never to me had that. He even said, Mike put me under the wing. A leader does that. He puts you under the wing. He schools you. Scotty, and I love in Last Dance when Michael goes, I told Scotty, man, I'll fight with you. Just fight.
Listen, I don't want to put this all on Scotty because the team has to be accountable for themselves as well, but you don't bring in second chance players unless you have unless the locker room is going to take care of some of these issues and provide the way the culture of that room. So
that's why, again, I remember, dude, I was so mad when The Last Dance came on during COVID. Because that's when you and I didn't even have the right equipment, so the sound was terrible on my end. But man, I would have loved to have been able to break that doc down in person like this.
We should do it again.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just a bonus episode that we do.
Because when people would it would piss me off when people would go, Michael wasn't without Scotty. Michael needed Scotty. And I go, yeah, again, they needed each other. But guys, stop it. It says it in the doc. Scotty said, yo, Michael was the one that kept me in the gym. I needed that. Mike put me under the wing. BJ Armstrong goes, Mike made Scotty better. And Mike goes, hey, when Pip knows he has somebody with him, he'll become stronger. And I said to him, man, I'll fight with you. Just fight.
Listen,
come on.
Scottie Pippen, one of my favorite players of all time. I'm not saying anything to disparage him. I love him. I think when he played with Jordan, there was games when he was the best player on the court.
Yeah.
That day. There was games when he took, and I think Jordan knew that he had to get, I'm not saying that he let him do it, but I think he knew that he had to give him that space to be that great of a player. But the thing is, with what you just said, if I have to, can I replace a Scottie Pippen and put another player that has greatness alongside of Jordan? But can I put another player along Scottie that could replace Jordan?
Right.
I can't do that.
Listen, there's a very telling moment I just watched. I tell you, when I say, I don't know what I watch more, The Sopranos or The Last Dance. But I watched one of the episodes of Last Dance last week. There's a very telling moment. And to you Detroit bad boy Piston fans who love to go, oh, Jordan got knocked out in the first round. What about when the Pistons was kicking their ass? Listen, man, the Pistons won back-to-back. They won in 89 and 90. That year they won, repeated in 90. Watch Jordan's face when he goes, we pushed them to a game 7 in their building. And then the reporter goes, the migraine game. And Michael goes, yep, the migraine game. What can I say? He had a migraine. If he didn't feel well, he didn't feel well. In other words, if Scottie Pippen didn't have the migraine and played the way Scottie plays, the Pistons might not even have been back-to-back champs. They were pushed to a game 7 in Detroit. And the Bulls I think they lost the game by like 20. But Scottie was ineffective. Scottie didn't do shit. And you could see it in Mike's face. Mike didn't want to throw him under the bus. So he goes, the migraine game. Yep. And then he defended him. He had a migraine. What are you going to do?
Okay, but here's the thing for you. Yes, you're right, but it doesn't make a difference. They lost.
Okay.
And that's what Detroit
But
has. And Detroit, everybody who loves Detroit has the right to say that because nothing's not true with
wink,
that.
wink, but you know. You know.
It doesn't make a difference what you know. When you read the book, when you read the stats, when you look at the sheet. Loss. That's it. And you got to be able to accept that too, though.
We're going to say it in migraine.
He accepted it.
But you could see it, though. He didn't want to throw him under the bus.
Nah.
But he knew. If Scottie didn't have that migraine, Pistons would have won one championship.
And here's what I'd like to say to you, going back to what I said about his dad. When he won that championship after his dad passed, just fell on the floor crying.
Oh, dude, that broke me.
But what you
talking about the first time or after he came back?
When he came back and he's on the ground crying. I'm going to say that's what I mean by him. That's in him, but nothing else mattered except winning that championship. Right. Did he win it for his dad? He could say that, but there was nothing that was going to stop. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When he's in the game is 100% his focus. After the game, you saw a completely different Jordan.
I love when he was being interviewed by Ahmad Rashad at the end of that when he won that, and he broke down. And he was like, "This is for Daddy." Oh God.
So that's what I mean by that. You just have that mentality where you can't turn that off. It's about one thing and one thing only, and that's the game that you're playing right there.
Well, I'll say this last thing and then I'm done.
Okay.
The general manager, and he almost said it like it's a thing to be proud of. He goes, very few NBA teams have a moniker. Lakers were Showtime, Pistons were Bad Boys. We're the Jailblazers. You proud of that?
I don't know if you're proud of it, but it gave you a moniker and it gave you some stain. But it didn't stick. People don't remember the Jailblazers. They don't remember. That's not like Showtime.
And more importantly, when they did the reunion, which neither Scotty or Rashid showed up, one, do you think Rashid should have showed up?
Yeah.
Okay. And then two, I'm going, what is there to celebrate about that team? They didn't win anything.
No, but they
What's the reunion for?
They went to the championship. And it's
They never went to a championship. Never.
Wasn't that the championship that they lost? They didn't go to a championship.
No, they were in the playoffs. They never went to a finals.
Oh, I'm not.
What are you celebrating?
A good try.
Oh, God.
It's a white city.
That's this generation.
It's a white city.
That's this generation now. A good try. We celebrate good tries. Not champions, good tries.
As you said, sometimes white audience gives credit for trying.
Did they ever give a reunion to the Clyde Drexler years where they actually went to a finals
I don't know.
and lost to the Bulls?
And Clyde got his championship.
Yeah, but he got it with
Houston.
Yeah.
All right.
There it is. This was a pretty good one.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to, the dates are at Aries Spears 45. No, AriesSpears.com. Go to AriesSpears.com.
AriesSpears.com.
I'd give the dates, but it's at the end, and
He
half
doesn't
of you
want to give the dates.
half of you are turning it off right now
And
anyway.
if you're turning it off, I'm going to turn it back on with my teeth. I'm going to tilt my head at a 90-degree angle and sneeze, and I'll be able to turn your computer back on.
I wanted to give you this because I said it earlier, but let's see if I can get it to play.
What is it?
I thought I was lying.
Got a basketball too, so baby, ooh. Yes, I'm the victim of a basketball tune.
You guys have a good day.
I actually wrote that song with both Cheech and Chong while we were smoking a bong.
Then one day, my mama bought
You
me
can
a
go. I'm just playing it out.
Have you ever got head from a woman while listening to this song?
took that
Basketball
everywhere I
Jones.
went. That basketball was like a basketball
We out.
to me.
Oh, this kind of picks up.
Underneath my pillow. Maybe that's why I can't sleep at night. I need help, ladies and gentlemen. I need someone to stand beside
Basketball
me.
Jones.
I need someone to sit up
We got a
there
basketball
and throw
Jones.
down the lights. Someone I can pass to. Someone to hit the open man on the given
Yes.
ball. And not end up in the pop.
Marv Albert. Yes. A Basketball Jones.
You guys have a good one.
From downtown.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit SpearsburgPod.com.